particular is the amount of people spoken to, right? Because we're talking about a pretty major commitment for our community. And, Andy Scaglione, it sounds like, is not in favor of the ballpark. He's certainly questioning whether or not public funding should be part of it. And for this poll, it talked, the data firm that did the poll spoke to 530 quote-unquote likely voters. Now, here's where I have an issue. It notes in the article, a very good article in the Times, it notes that there are 806,600 voters in Hillsborough, registered voters in Hillsborough. And we've probed 530 people. So of the 806,600 voters, they've missed about 806,000 of them.
That's why I hate polling in general. We've seen this in minor levels. We've seen this in major levels, political levels. In every story, in every aspect, you see these polls, and I just don't think we can really trust them.
I don't. We see similar things like that in a lot of places where you're talking to a tiny group of people and making them represent an entire larger group of people. But it's unfortunately how we do things. The folks who were polled, it didn't exactly go in the Rays way of the people polled. 60% of the – it's interesting because about the same amount of people, around 60%, want a ballpark in Hillsborough, want this ballpark and the plan for this ballpark to succeed. However, about the same amount of people, which means that there's a crossover here, that some people that want the ballpark also don't want to pay for it. About 60% of those people also do not want to pay for any part of that ballpark with tax money. According to the survey, and there's all kinds of different numbers in here, and you can read the article for yourself. But there's about 64% who think that using the half-cent sales tax to build a new baseball stadium is a bad idea. They oppose it. 31% support it. There's a couple missing percentages in there. But there's much more support for the ballpark than there is for tax funds going to the ballpark. And for me, Aaron, I get it that people don't want to spend tax dollars to enrich billionaires. But I think when the end result is great for the community, that it's worth it. It's well worth it.
You have to think outside of what we're just going to be seeing in people going through into the ballpark. You got to think about people around the ballpark. There are going to be people that are using the area around the ballpark because of such a centralized location in Tampa that they're not even going to go to the games. They're just going to go hang out at the ballpark. They're going to go get dinner. They're going to go walk around. There's going to be so many, or their kids have activities to do. There's going to be so many things to do that we have to look at it from a larger scope. And, Pat, on top of that, we found out that, and I saw Mark Topkin put the, actually it was Nicholas Villamil who put it out from Tampa Bay Times about the tax dollars that some of it are allocated towards the Lightning and what they're going to need. We know about what the Bucks are going to need. But on top of that, we have multiple sports with the Yankees. The Yankees. And there's some of the money that was supposed to be going to the Yankees, it's actually going to be going to the Rays.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
As it should.
Like, I don't even want to hear that is a conversation, that money potentially couldn't go to the Rays because it's already allocated to the Yankees. Don't want to hear that.
If the Yankees need tax dollars from Tampa Bay, bye. Goodbye. Go bring your product somewhere else. And I don't want you in our backyard if you're expecting tax dollar money from Tampa Bay residents. I'm sorry.
It says here, money set aside for Benchmark International Arena and George Steinbrenner Field will be needed to cover the public share the Rays are seeking for the stadium. That was from Bonnie Wise, the Hillsborough County Administrator, telling that to other commissioners. Good. As far as Steinbrenner goes, don't care. Like, they are what they are. They're here. They're implanted. Don't need anything else from them.
And Benchmark's fantastic.
What
right?
more do we need there?
At some point, figure it out. But like right now, it's fantastic. And listen, I would really encourage. And Aaron went to 2 of them. I went to one of the community engagement sessions. I would really, if you're somebody, and I know there are people who listen to this show. There are people who are big time sports fans that fall on the side of, I don't want to help pay for this ballpark. I totally get that. I would really encourage you if you're somebody who is against the ballpark, who wants people to vote against the ballpark, I would really encourage you to go to one of these engagement sessions, because I think when it's all laid out, when you hear about how many jobs are going to be created, when you hear about the opportunities that are going to be created, I love, something I never would have thought of or even like dreamed up in my mind. Like, I'm just worried about a baseball park. Like I tell everyone, I'm a child who wants his new toy, but these people are very smart and they're thinking of very smart things. The way that they talked about the job opportunities that are going to come to kids who go through Hillsborough College right there, right, to be able to go to school for a specific career and potentially get out of school and immediately get a job within that career because of that development. Like, it really is going to create a lot of opportunity for a lot of people, a lot of jobs to build it, but also to maintain it. Like, it just, to me, it seems like a no-brainer. And again, I know I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but there's a lot of positives involved here. And I think when it comes to doing great things for your community, creating opportunities within your community, that's what tax dollars are for.
And when I think about how you're going to build, and grow the community, when we go back to allocating funds to Benchmark International, to the point we were kind of making earlier, what more do you need? I live in Channelside. Water Street has come up. People are going to Sparkman Wharf. People are going downtown to Water Street all the time, and the arena is selling out. It's selling out for concerts. It's selling out for the Lightning games. I went to a show the other night at Billy Strings at Benchmark. It sold out. So I'm not.
And those are just hippies. All the hippies had enough money to sell that place out.
I'm not worried about Benchmark International because it's making money. George Steinbrenner, I'm not worried about because it's a minor league ballpark and a spring training ballpark. And as far as everything else is concerned, good. Make money, whatever money you've been making. But I don't really care about that being refurbished or done up or whatever they have to do with money. I think what is more important is getting a stadium like for the Rays that people are actually going to show up to and people are going to go to, but also is going to make money from people just going to the area.
You know who could probably pay for the upgrades to Steinbrenner? The Yankees. The Yankees can pay for that, and nobody else. No, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's insane to consider anything else.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's going to be a huge transformational I know for people that might not be here for a long time, you go, why do I care? For the next 20 years, for a lot of people that are going to be here with their families, it is going to be important for them. So they got to get it done.